You weren't shy this week about talking about how much last year's game stuck in your craw. So how much better does this feel now, 5 minutes after the game?
I would say this is probably one of the best feelings in the world. I honestly was thinking about this on Thursday, about what it would be like to walk off the field after the Saturday game with a win, and it feels unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm right there with Jack. The loss last year sucked. Being able to have the half that we had last year, we went on like an 18-0 run, I think that's what it was, and then to just lay an egg in the second half, and that stuck with me the whole year. It stuck with me during the season. It stuck with me watching them play in the national championship, and it was with me all through spring ball, through camp. I think it's one of the main reasons why we want to come back, is to play Oregon again and beat them. So, I was saying, like Jack was during the week, just what it would feel like to leave and walk off the field victorious. And I was dreaming about it last night, and being able to live it out, it's kind of indescribable.
Mike, just over the other side.
I hear you.
There we go, working. Always making it interesting, it seems. But this team shows a lot of maturity with being able to handle the punches and counter punches. When it got close to the end of the game, the defense seemed to be a little bit on their heels a little bit. How important was it for you guys to, what was being said on the sideline to make sure that they didn't slip?
Obviously, hold on to the ball. You don't want to give the ball up. I mean, we needed to get first downs, and I think the last couple of drives we had were unacceptable. We need to hold on to the ball longer. Credit goes, obviously the O-line played exceptional, keeping me protected, making, big holes for the running backs. But credit to the defense. Oregon's offense, they put up 60 points last week. They're no slouch. And the way our defense pressured, Vernon Adams, the way we stopped the run, credit to them at the end. They finished the game. So, thank God for our defense.
Shilique, over here, I wanted to ask you about that. With so much offense happening in this game and so many plays they're running, what does it say about this defense that when it came down to it at the end, you guys were able to come up with a big sack and make the play, basically put the game away?
You just want to put up or shut up, honestly. The offense is doing such a great job this year and making sure that they're moving the ball and they're scoring. We try to, take it upon ourselves to make sure that we're doing what we need to do also. We want to be great in all phases, including special teams. So, they did a great job, and it pushed pressure on us because we're always in competition, Always in competition with me and Conklin, whether it's me and Jack Allen or Joel Heath and Jack Allen. We're always in competition to see who can outperform the other. So we're constantly in competition. I think that we did a great job today. A lot of things we need to clean up, but I think that we did a great job on a lot of phases of the game.
Connor, you've won big games before. The Rose Bowl, Big Ten Championship, and Cotton Bowl come to mind. What does it mean for this program to finally win that big non-conference game, and where does this game rank in comparison to the biggest games for you in your career?
It's huge. I think we haven't had the best statistic, whatever it is, for game day. Whenever we play on game day, usually we lose. So being able to win on game day was great, and playing on a big stage last year in Oregon and coming up short was bad. But it's so good for the school, so good for the program. Recruiting, all that stuff, but. I'd say, a win over Oregon at home with the season opener, with game day here, so early in the season. It feels like back in 2013 when we won, the Rose Bowl and we won the Big Ten Championship game. So I'd rank it right up there with those games for sure.
How much did that help you guys experience-wise to see us through and finish, as you talked about?
It was tremendous. I think I talked to the guys last night and I said, our main goal is to seize the moment, and we've played in big-time moments. We've had the Cotton Bowl. We've had, us collectively as seniors. We've had the Cotton Bowl. We've had the Rose Bowl. We've had the Big Ten Championship game. We went to Oregon last year and came up short, but we have that experience. We've played in big-time games, and that experience honestly helps. You know how to, you experience certain feelings you felt in prior games. Those feelings begin to feel familiar, and you know how to cope with them. So it helps out a lot for sure.
Shilique, 4 fourth-down stops. You talk about the focus there and what was the key to making those plays?
Discipline. The biggest thing is our coaches preach discipline. We understand what we need to do. We understand what they're going to do. They put us in the right place at the right time, so it's just all about being disciplined and sticking to your technique. And that's a credit to the rest of the defense. They did a great job coming out and being determined. Understanding that we need to get stops. On the fourth down, even though it was third and out, 3 and out, and that's a goal for us. We need to stop them. As long as they have the ball and they have the ball in their possession, we have to do anything in our power to be able to stop them. And I think that we did a great job today.
for Connor and Jack over here. D'Antonio went for it 4th and 1, 4th and 6. What about those decisions? Was there any lobbying that was going on, and what does that say about him?
I think it's just, Coach D, likes to roll the dice. We went for it on 4th down against, Baylor in the Cotton Bowl. We kind of had to. But, we're just thankful because those were, if we didn't go for it on 4th down, we, punt it or kick a field goal, whatever. That's a huge game changer for us to convert on that 4th down. That was huge. But, it just goes to show that Coach D is likes to roll the dice. And he likes to, put the ball in his playmaker's hands. So it's great that he has confidence in us to do that because we have confidence in ourselves, and we feel like anytime, he calls, my number, Burbridge's number, Josiah Price, whoever it is, that we're going to come up big.
For the 4th and 1, I would say that was an obvious call because up front I felt we were getting a pretty big push every play, and I don't know, our O-line's relentless, and we weren't going to not get it.
Connor,
for any of you guys, the last couple of years you've kind of dropped the early game and had to kind of work yourself back into the picture throughout the season, and you get the big one at the end. How does this set up this season differently, getting the big one at the beginning of the season?
It just shows the progress that we've made as a team, that we're not losing those big games at the beginning of the year anymore, and now this is the second stepping stone of the 12 games we've got to win this year, and it's just showing the progress of this program and the steps that we're taking, and we're going in the right direction.
Shilique, a lot of youth on your defense. When you're seeing some of those young dogs grow up, would you talk about the pride you have in some of those young players, please?
Guys like Malik McDowell, Demetrius Cooper, Montez Sweat, Craig Evans, just great guys, guys that are, definitely putting the work in practice and gaining our trust in practice, allowing us to understand that they're going to do what they need to do anytime that their number is called. But it's amazing to see them grow up. I even saw Cooper coaching up one of the young guys, and he was pretty pissed about him having like an MA like in practice, and I was like, man, it's crazy. I'm old now, but it's amazing to see how they progress and see how they get older, and they take initiative. They go out on that field and they take it as a life or death situation in a sense. They want to make plays and they want to do whatever they can for the defense and provide for the team. So it's pretty amazing to see them grow up, and I look forward to a couple more games with those guys. A lot more memories though.
For Connor on the 4th and 6, what did you see on that play, the Burbridge play, and how big did you feel like that play was?
Yeah, well, it was just a hitch. It was actually the same play we ran in the Cotton Bowl, believe it or not. So just different formation, same play. And at first I was just going to take the hitch because the corner was bailing and giving me free access to just like a 5-yard hitch. But then right at the last second, I think I clutched to throw the ball to RJ, running the hitch, and then the corner came up and there was just a wide open hole for Burb running down the sideline. So I trusted him, put the ball out there for him to make a play. And, it was just a huge momentum because we ended up scoring on the next play. I think we just ran, out inside zone with LJ. But, I think, when you look at the game, I think that was a major turning point for sure. Mm-hmm.
Jack or Connor, if you'd like to chime in, when you feel like it's kind of your game and yet they get the ball on the 48 with plenty of time left and you can't do a darn thing about it, it's out of your control. How gut-wrenching is that when you feel like it might be slipping away?
It's a little nerve-wracking, but at the same time, as an offense, I know we have confidence in our defense, and we play them every day, and we know what they've got, and we believed in them the whole time, and we knew that they would stop them, and they did.
Yeah, I think it just stinks, being a quarterback because, I think right before we were in that situation, there was a wide-open corner out that I missed, and if I hit that corner out, the drive keeps moving on. our defense isn't out in the field, so I'm just sitting on the sideline pissed at myself, knowing that I could have kept the drive alive. But like Jack said, we got all the confidence in the world in our defense and know that, when it's crunch time that they're going to come through.
Connor, you guys have been waiting for Aaron Burbridge to have these last 2 games for a couple seasons. Can you kind of assess what he's giving you so far this year?
Yeah, Burb is, he pays attention to the little minor details, and he'll run, precise routes every time consistently. He's got great hands. And he'll go up and make a play. He'll make the 50-50 catches. So, he's fast. He's smart. Knows how to run the right routes for certain coverages and certain types of leverage with the DBs. And he just does what you ask.
Connor, talk a little bit about what Madre and LJ did, especially late. That touchdown by LJ seemed like it had an extra burst to it.
Yeah. When I handed the ball off to LJ and saw him break those tackles and kind of kick it into extra gear, kind of reminded me of Le'Veon Bell back when he was a freshman. You know, I was at the Notre Dame game when they won in overtime, and just watching the runs that Le'Veon broke kind of reminded me of LJ, or LJ reminded me of Le'Veon during that game. So, I mean, just having running backs like that, I mean, I know they're young, they're just going to continue to get better. That's a good thing. But, I mean, just to have the lack of experience that him and Madre both have and the way they run, you know, they're playing like veterans, especially on a big-time stage like this. I mean, you're a true freshman, you're 18 years old, and you're playing in front of 76,000 people against, you know, the 7th-ranked team in the country on game day, you know, second week of the season. So, I mean, LJ's a great player, and he's smart, and I think he's just going to continue to get better.
Shilique, I'll start this for you. All three of you probably have the best perspective back here in the back.
Oh, there it is.
See, you guys have understood that your team progresses throughout the 12-game season, and you always seem to get better towards the end. With a win like this under your belt, you probably haven't thought about it yet, but you guys made some mistakes and whatnot. Do you see that and kind of think about, wow, if we clean this up, we can be a much better team than we even were tonight?
Definitely. We understand that, you know, there's going to be big plays in the game, and sometimes it's uncontrollable, but we need to manage the easy, you know, and just in a sense, weather the storm. You know, we know that things are not always going to go our way, and sometimes, you know, it's our fault. So now it's more so we watch film, get it corrected. And I like how we started fast this year. You know, we started a lot faster than we did the years prior. So it just shows that, you know, we're going in the right direction and we're doing it at the right pace. You know, so now it's time to clean up things. Like I said, there's a lot of things we still need to clean up. But like you said, once we get it all together, it's, you know, it's like that train. You know, it just keeps going, and it was slow at first, but once we get it all together, it's going to be unstoppable in a sense.
Shilique, in last year's game, Mariota obviously wiggled out of a few sacks. How gratifying was it to get that big sack on third down to basically seal the game?
He's not Mariota, so it wasn't the same. But at the same time, it was special. You know, I think our defense wants to get sacks, want to get TFLs, want to get turnovers. So being able to create for the defense is special. You know, especially when you can make a big play and change the outcome of a game. But you know, like I said, everybody did a great job offensively, defensively, and we just need to keep going. You know, we need to keep pushing forward and don't get too high and don't get too low at the same time.
For the three of you, whether it was striping the stadium, getting there early, staying late, and being loud all night, could the three of you please comment on what was a pretty incredible crowd, please?
I'll start, man. Spartan Nation is incredible. You know, I love that they are out there in tenfolds, and they honestly bring us life. I know a lot of programs say that, but we look to them when it's tough times, and we look to them when we're having a great time. You know, and I think our fans make, you know, the program also. They're part of this team, and they bring the hype. You know, and when we need that lift up and we raise our hands and they're cheering and they're loud, it gets us pumped up in a sense that no one else can do. You know, not something that your parent can do or your coach can do. They bring a different type of, you know, dynamic to the game when you have them out there cheering for you. So having them stay for the whole game was special, and I just want to thank them.
I think they're a difference maker. Oh, did you want all of us or no, just Shilique?
No, they wanted all of us.
That's good.
I guess I got one for Connor. Obviously, some big moments, Connor. How much more can this offense do, though? I mean, when we look at you statistically, we've seen you had a lot bigger games. Where do you think the offense is at, and how much is left as far as how much better it can get?
Yeah, I think we're right where we want to be, and I think we're running the ball effectively. You know, Oregon did a good job of stopping the run mid-game, and we kind of finished a little bit stronger later on. But I think we're running the ball great. You know, the O-line's doing a great job opening up holes for our running backs, you know, keeping me protected, and you know, receivers are catching the ball, making big time plays. And I think I could, you know, be a little bit more accurate at times and be better with my read progression. So, but it's early; it's only week 2, so we're just going to continue to get better week by week, and just continue to reach higher.
Thanks, guys.